Have you had your holidays yet? Well, we booked up to go on one of those holidays from hell. You know, like what you see on the telly where everything goes wrong. Well, the brochure described it as an enchanting virtual reality break for two, set in the computer-generated delightful bloody slaughter as seen on the Bayeux Tapestry. You know, the one where William the Conqueror defeated the English King Harold at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Well, my husband likes history, don't you, love?
Aye, I do, love.
On the first day that we arrived, we were woven digitally into the landscape somewhere in Normandy, northern France, then told to put on a chainmail suit, hold a bow and arrow, take position on one of the ships preparing for the voyage across the English Channel. Well, I'm not one to complain, but by now we were one-dimensional characters, wafer thin, and could only shuffle in two directions, sideways or sideways. It was disgusting, wasn't it, love?
Aye, it was.
And the weather was terrible. I could have easily been blown away by the wind if it hadn't been for a young soldier plonking a paperweight on my face. The food was absolutely atrocious. Everything was made from either wool or worsted, and we're not even vegetarians. The only meat we saw was a moth about 10 yards further along the tapestry, eating what looked like to be a horse. But by the time we got to it, it had got bored and fallen off and died. So when we finally do get to Hastings for the invasion, and we're right keyed up for it, we were casually informed by the rep that our transfer had been cancelled and we'd have to stay the night in a hotel. A hotel! I've never heard the likes of it. But I must say, by now we were exhausted and we just wanted to sleep. But oh no, our room was right next door to the banqueting hall. It was thumping all night long. I've never seen or heard anything like it. A man wearing a red and green pointy hat with bells on, playing the lute. It was disgusting, wasn't it, love?
Aye, it was.
The next morning, although we'd booked an alarm call, we were completely forgotten about, and so didn't get a chance to see any of the local tourist attractions. And you like trees, don't you, love?
Aye, I do, love.
Then to top that, the driver of the horse and cart we were in took a wrong turn, and so by the time we got to the battlefield, Harold had been butchered and was lying in a pool of blood. Well, I've never been so upset in all my life. That's what we'd come for. Disgusting, wasn't it, love?
Aye, it was.
Now, I'm not one to complain, but above us and below us on the borders of the tapestry were embroideries of the ugliest animal, bird-like creature things I've ever seen. To be honest, the whole thing looked like the work of foreigners. And there was graffiti everywhere, written in what could only be described as Latin. Disgusting. One lad said it was the narration of the story, but we couldn't understand a word of it. How were we supposed to know? We might have been missing out on something lewd or of a sexual nature.
That's right, love.
When we got home, I wrote to Watchdog on the telly and demanded our money back. A free holiday, M&S gift vouchers, a selection of soft toys, a paving slab, a kangaroo, and a year's supply of cornflakes. But nothing. It was disgusting, wasn't it, love? 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 Disgusting.